After I left office, the dismantlement efforts slowed down and then finally stopped, with tens of thousands of bombs still in existence. So that led to the fifth milestone on my journey. That was in 2007, when I joined forces with George Shultz, Henry Kissinger, and Sam Nunn, and we wrote several articles in the Wall Street Journal, whose point was explaining to the world the danger the nuclear weapons pose today, arguing that we should work for their complete elimination, and in the meantime, we should take a series of steps which we outlined to reduce the danger they pose to us. The high point of our efforts occurred in February of 2009, when President Obama made his famous Prague speech. "I state clearly and with conviction," he said, "the commitment of the United States to seek the peace and security of a world without nuclear weapons." For me, those were golden days, but alas, they could not be sustained. Today, there's still about 20,000 nuclear weapons in the world. We are faced with the danger of nuclear terrorism. We are faced with the prospect of a regional nuclear war. And we are on the brink of a new nuclear arms race between the United States and Russia. The danger of a nuclear catastrophe today is greater than it was during the Cold War. Let me repeat that. I feel very strongly on this point. The danger of a nuclear war today is greater than it was during the Cold War. And our policies are simply not compatible with those dangers. I believe this is because our public is blissfully unaware of the dangers. And so I'm dedicating my efforts to the task of educating the public on this issue so that we can have a better chance of making intelligent decisions about it. My first effort is this book, which has just been published. In my book, I take my readers on the journey of some of the incidents I've just described to you in hopes that they may experience vicariously the events that shaped my thinking. But I recognize that such a book will reach a small and select audience. Maybe this is the small and select audience I'm thinking of. And particularly will not reach many of our youth, although I'm happy to see a few of our youth here today. 3 years ago, I formed a small project for that purpose, and the director of this project, Robin Perry, who's already been introduced to you, will follow me and tell you something about our project. Now, I know this talk is a downer, but I want to end it on an upbeat tone. I have often been told that I'm being hopelessly idealistic, pursuing the elimination of nuclear weapons. In response, I quote Andrei Sakharov, who worked tirelessly for political reform in the Soviet Union. He said, "There is a need to create ideals even when you cannot see any route to achieve them. Because if there are no ideals, then there can be no hope." I've also been asked why, at my age, I continue to work on this seemingly hopeless problem, instead of settling down in that Garden of Eden known as Palo Alto to enjoy a life of retirement. In response to them, I quote Robert Frost, "The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep." Thank you.